class. Today we are going to learn how to make a Camp Creek Coffee Roasters pour over. These pour overs make 1 cup of delicious fresh roasted coffee, and it looks like this. Inside each package is a filter filled with coffee. You open the filter, pull apart the flexi straps and put it over your mug. And then you pour your hot water through and it makes just 1 cup of coffee. We always recommend these for hotel stays, but especially camping and hiking. So I'm going to show you today exactly how we make one from start to finish. You start with whole bean coffee, and any amount you grind in a commercial grinder, put it on regular perk, which is right next to the coarsest grind that you can get. You want this to be a pretty gritty grind so that your water just doesn't filter all the coffee right through. It gives it some really good flavor and the right consistency. So after you grind the coffee into a container, you take out your measuring spoon. I like to just stick it right in there. We use these filters. They come in a package that look just like this. They come in a package of 50. These are a very popular product in our shop, so we go through them often, very quickly. You open up your filter bag, kind of stretch it out a little bit, and I've got it down to where you do about 3 scoops of your coarse ground coffee. In this case, I am using Ethiopian. You come over to your scale, weigh it out with the filter to, it should be 14 grams, so I'm going to add just a little bit more right here. Now it's up to 15. You think I'd have this down with how many we do? Perfect, so 14 grams. Now I have the filter all set and ready to seal. Here I have my press sealer already hot and ready to go. I stick the filter in, press down very quickly, and it creates this nice seal that you are able just to rip off the top and set over your mug like I showed you over the coffee cup. The other part of packaging these pour overs is the bags that they come in. You can see that this is our basic stamped bag. It is our Ethiopian blend, which is what we used in our filter, but we also do custom stamping. So I'm going to show you how we do this stamping process. We hand stamp all of our packages, and we have individual stamps for each part that you see on this packaged bag. We start generally on the back with directions on how to use the pour over. You can see here, it shows you after you open up this brown package that it has the filter and you rip off the perforated top, pull apart the flexi straps, and then pour your hot water through. It also gives our information, which we find useful because we often have companies use these pour overs for advertising themselves, and we use them for advertising ourselves. So we start with this big stamp of the directions, put it into the ink, and make sure it's the right side up. You want the top where you can tell that you can rip off the top. Press the stamp down, wait for it to dry just a moment, flip the package over. I like to start with this bottom stamp that shows you which origin the roast is, how dark it is, and how much it weighs. All of our packages weigh 0.42 ounces, which is the 14 grams that you saw on the scale. So I start with this bottom stamp, boop, make it nice and straight. Continue on with the Forest Camp Creek Coffee Roaster stamp up top, boop. And then I switch over to the red ink to kind of add some contrast. I start with this proudly roasted in Libby, Montana. This was a customer request on our packaging. We put it up in the corner so that you can tell exactly where it's from. We also have the type of coffee. I know it's very difficult to tell what this says, but it says Ethiopian. Put it in the origin slot, and then we actually use the bottom of a regular store-bought pencil and put in the roast. This is a medium dark roast. Quite as dark as it can be. It's pretty close. After your packing is completely stamped, you just open the bottom, have your filter ready to go, put it in upside down. So you can see here is the top where you tear off. You put it in upside down, make sure, sometimes those flexi arms like to stick around the edge. Have it in there. Settle it in there nicely so that it lays nice and flat and you don't have any bubbles or crinkles, because they'll just sit in there and get wrinkled and not look nice when the customer opens it. So now you have your product sitting upside down. It is ready to seal. I used the same heat sealer that I used for our filters. Put it right in there until it reaches about the bottom line of the origin and seal. And that is how you make a Camp Creek pour over.